quick here.
The ambulance is about to leave, so just give it 2 minutes to go. I don't have the music myself.
What?
There's an ambulance down the road. And it's about to...
Okay.
I don't know if y'all hear it backing up.
I heard it.
Oh damn, Dallas lost Clayton Vander Esch.
Just wait until Caden Bishop releases his whole line of pufferfish merch to his own Redbubble account.
Totally.
Have you created an intro for it yet, Zach?
No, but I do have a bunch. But I do have a bunch of. Please tell me this is the. No, damn it! I just put the JPEG in again. I don't want the JPEG.
Big
I just clicked the wrong thing.
Big red.
There we go. That's much better.
That.
I wish this fucking music could...
Alright, get rid of that.
Who cares if someone's dying? Just fucking put them in there.
Yeah, we need to do the NASCAR Amino podcast. Fuck your life.
Oh, I'm gonna tell them.
Let me pull up the podcast so I can watch it on my TV with no volume.
Is that a corner? Mikey, is that a corner coming down the road? No. I was like, shit, someone actually died, rip.
Oh no.
But it wasn't a corner. I thought it was, but it wasn't.
Is the podcast live, Mikey?
Yes.
That.
We need a way to edit shit down, too.
Okay, I do that. This is a live podcast.
Alright,
I'm gonna put the post up on Amino and then we'll be good.
Ew, I see Caleb's face on my TV.
Caleb is the face of LA.
Of LA?
Of LA.
No.
So as long as you want to be wearing
Here's what I have to say to LA. Here's what I have to say to LA.
You can at least make it to CM now. Change it to CM.
Wow, Caleb. I should probably change my name on Hangouts to Caden Bishop.
Maybe.
You're a maybe. How do I even do that?
Go to your email.
Alright. The post is going up. Submit, you freaking pile of poo!
And Ezekiel Elliott just scored.
Damn.
This is not about Zeke.
Alright. Let's see who's here already. Alright, let me go back into our live stream. Alright, we got 3 people here. The people will eventually start coming in, so... Hello, everybody! Welcome to the NASCAR Amino podcast, episode 19 of the season. Not a lot of episodes, but hey, we're rolling. We're joined by the world's most, I don't know what he's thinking right now, Kyle Busch fan, Caleb Marinelli.
The sun is a deadly laser.
Thank you for that incredible contribution. We are also joined by a definitely very upset Ryan Blaney fan, Caden Bishop.
NASCAR's rigged.
A very happy Brad Keselowski fan, Jared Holmes.
Number 2 for number 2.
I just now realized you were talking about championships. And the most concerned William Byron fan on NASCAR Amino, Tam Campos.
Back to square one again.
All right, I am the most relieved dog Bowman fan in existence, Zach Stern. We've got a lot to talk about here. So let's just go quick through Amino stuff. Does anyone have any announcements before we go?
No.
No.
I'm all good.
Perfect. I don't either. We had one Miss League event that has occurred since our last podcast. The MLNCS Auto Club race. Let's go ahead and get everyone's thoughts on that one, starting with Caleb.
Oh my god, the Auto Club race. One of the best MLNCS races of the season by far. We had 4 wide, even 5 wide racing. I think at one point I saw 6 wide. We saw some wrecking. Oh no, there go the dogs. And then we saw a bunch of underdogs running up front. We see Dylan Jones getting the win. Poole was up there. Even Quinn Yeager once again having a good run. Really just an overall really interesting race, and it set our championship 4, which happens to be Tanner, JD, Benjamin Deloney, and Carter. So congratulations to those 4, and whatever track we go to.
Well then. I thought it was the best race of the MLNCS by far. Yeah, I'd probably say first. It's definitely my top 3, but great racing. 4 wide throughout the whole pack. I mean, I didn't have a very good day, but that's besides the point. But that's basically all I have to say. Just great race, Zach. Great production. Fantastic, Mike. We know Championship 4. I'm ready for the Championship 4 race, Mikey. It's going to be sexy. And yeah, that's about all I have to say.
J-Rod?
Jared?
To say I was not pissed off after the race would be a lie. I was very pissed off. Just, 2003 sort of likes to screw me over because it doesn't like the initial JH, which I am going to get in contact with Codemasters for that. But, it's an alright race, I guess. I really want to focus on the race, otherwise focus on where I was. But yeah, congrats to Carter, Tanner, and JD. Proud of them 3 drivers. Not so much Benjamin Deloney. Should have been me. But yeah.
Okay.
The Auto Club race was pretty awesome. The racing was intense, and the playoff battle was even better. So many guys were fighting to save their season. Jared, Carter, and Justin Ritchie all fought throughout the entirety of the race, while many non-chasers were basically trying to fight for pride, which Dylan Jones ended up doing. And the racing and the storylines heading into that race was perfect. Made a complete masterpiece. And I'm ready for this championship race against my 3 other rivals heading into the season finale. Great work on it, Zach.
Thank you. All right, quick picks, everyone. Who wins the title?
Carter.
As much as I'd love to say Benjamin Deloney, Tanner.
J-Rod?
Jared, who's a champion? I think he's distracted by a football game right now.
No, I'll say JD wins the title.
Can I really give information about that?
Well, I mean, you can't say yourself. It would get one for everyone.
It's anyone's ball game. That's all I'm going to say. Let the best man win.
Hey, we all know Tanner's picking himself. All right, we've got a pretty we blazed through that a little quicker than I thought we would. So now we got 10 minutes to break down a pretty sexy not very sexy, but a pretty average Richmond race. I would say it ended with Brad Keselowski getting his 4th win of the season, breaking the 3 wins of season streak finally. Caleb, let's get your thoughts on it.
I feel like the race was overhated. It wasn't the most exciting race to watch, but I mean, what else are you really going to expect from Richmond, at least from the past 2 years, it hasn't really, or the past few years in general, hasn't been one of the more exciting tracks on the schedule, even being a short track. I feel like really one of the main issues with the race was the lack of cautions, the lack of really restart to shake things up. There were a lot of drivers that were kind of depending on that caution to come out, but it just never did come out. All we had were the stages, and the race just kind of dragged on, and it did get boring at a few points in the race, but I feel like it was a pretty decent race. I don't think I would call it bad by any means. Considering Richmond, I don't really expect too much more from it, but I'm just excited for Bristol, so that's what I take from it.
Basically, I was spending the night at my sister's house, so I didn't watch the race, but from what I've heard, it's a pretty average race. You know, Blaney sucked ass. Wasn't expecting him to do good. It's Richmond. I don't even know who won. Brad Keselowski?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Glad Brad.
I watched some clips after the race. It was just mediocre. I mean, I don't really have anything to go off of. I'm going to Bristol next week in person, so you guys, if you're on the Amino, which I'm guaranteed all of you are, you should hear my opinions on that, so that's pretty epic, Mikey.
Oh, dang. Do I go?
Richmond was fucking amazing, honestly. Brad Keselowski done amazing all week. All week. Shit. Sorry, I'm sort of just not in the right headspace at the moment, guys. But, Brad dominating that turn, not having too good of a performance last week, definitely made me happy. Chase Elliott also done pretty good. Bale got a top 15, can't complain about that. Let's see what else. Logano did alright. Austin Dillon, big surprise of the night.
Oh, yeah.
We all wrote him off for the round of 16. He proved every one of us wrong. I mean, not everyone did, but majority of the people written them off are easy round of 16 exit. Definitely proved us wrong. Definitely someone to look out for, I think, as a sleeper for the round of 8. Richmond was Richmond, not to complain about, but nothing to be like happy about racing wise. I mean, I'm happy Brad Keselowski won. My second favorite driver in the Cup Series. But yeah, I thought Richmond was typical Richmond. Richmond's never a bad race, honestly. It's short track. There's always a lot of side-by-side battling, but nothing to, get excited about.
Yeah, Richmond was an okay race in my opinion. There was a few comers and goers with different types of leaders, and some breakout performances by people who were saving their seasons, which they definitely needed. And Brad Keselowski, he's proven it again. He came out after a rough performance in the Southern 500 and redeemed himself with a victory at Richmond. He's starting to put himself on notice with the Big Two, and I feel like this win is going to get him even closer to that battle. And with Bristol coming, it could be even wilder. But overall, the Richmond race was pretty good. But the racing didn't need to be great. There are always storylines coming from the playoff grid to make at least some interest out of it.
I think we need to. I don't think we're talking enough about. I mean, a lot of people are talking about it because holy crap! But we need to talk about Austin Dillon in this race because holy sh! I never expected at any point in 2020 that we would be talking about the three primary contenders for the race win being Denny Hamlin, who eventually faded after, who was completely non-existent after stage 1. Brad Keselowski, which I mean these first two are kind of expected, but then Austin Dillon as possibly the best car all day. I was looking at his stats earlier in the day. This guy is this guy is quietly putting together perhaps the best season of his career. He's already just one shy of his career high in top 5s. He's getting very close to his career high in top 10s. He's matched his career best in average finish, blown away career best in laps led. His first season he's led over 100 laps. Obviously, he's got the win in Texas. Are we seeing perhaps Austin Dillon's breakout season?
You know, I'd say that this might just be it. I mean, maybe not this season, just considering how the first part of it went for Austin Dillon, but I think especially for next season, he's going to be someone to look out for. Like, I kind of want to apologize to Austin Dillon because he's someone that I've written off a lot in the past, someone I've sent kind of a lot of hate to in the past, and just he's really impressed me these past several weeks, and I think he's someone who could get to the round of 8 this season. To call it a breakout year, I don't know if I would necessarily call it that. I mean, he's kind of like gradually progressed to this point, and I think I guess it kind of is. This is really finally the year where we've seen that he can go out there and become a race win contender and not just have to win based on the seas parting, something falling in place for him to go by and get the win. He straight up won Texas, and he could have won Darlington, and if things went differently and he didn't miss pit road, he could have won Richmond. I mean, he's been absolutely impressive, and I think in general it's also just RCR finally seeing improvement. But yeah, I mean, I'm impressed with him.
Coming off 2019, I was absolutely shocked that he even made the playoffs, Mikey, after that season. But I think part of it is just, honestly, the team's improved overall. Grabbing Tyler Reddick was a steal, Mikey. And I think in the future he can grow more. I wouldn't say it's a breakout season necessarily. I think he's just gotten better over time, like Caleb said. But yeah, I think he is definitely around an 8 contender. I mean, there's still a possibility of him getting eliminated in the round of 12, but it's very unlikely at this point, in my opinion. But I don't have anything against Austin Dillon, so I hope he does great in his career, Mikey.
Dan, we got time for something quick. For Jared.
Should I go next if he doesn't say anything?
Yeah.
Okay. The 3 teams starting to come together, in my opinion. Him getting Justin Alexander back has really helped him a lot. They have a very good chemistry, and they put it all together at the right time during this playoffs. And also, I found out a strange fact today. Didn't Austin Dillon score a top 5 at Richmond? If I'm correct.
Did he?
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the first time since the 3 car had back-to-back top 5 finishes since 2000. So the pieces are back together, and I feel he overcame a huge obstacle in these first 2 races. And I feel like he could have a quiet, solid performance like he did in the 2016. He's not breaking out, not yet, but he's starting to build consistency even better since that season. And things could possibly align better for him. He's going to survive Bristol with no problem because Bristol has always been a huge issue for Richard Childress Racing, but maybe he could actually do a 3-peat and avoid trouble and outbreak the competition again.
Very, very true. Very, very true. Now let's turn our attention to somebody who did not necessarily do so hot in the last race. Kyle Busch. I wouldn't say he ran bad last race. I think he ended up finishing 6th or something. Kyle Busch finished 6th last race, right?
Yes, he got 6th.
I believe so.
Yeah, but he finished 6th. He led 4 laps in the race. Very much not a Kyle Busch type performance. So, what in the Xfinity race on I believe Friday too, a very not Kyle Busch like performance. He finished 3rd in the race, but he didn't need a single lap. He wasn't even anywhere close to Haley and Allgaier. So What do you guys think is going on with the 18 team and Kyle Busch?
I don't think I could give you a definitive answer at this point. I feel like it's just been like several factors, like not getting any track time. Maybe 2020 is just mentally getting to him. Maybe he just doesn't have the speed this year. I mean, and then obviously a bunch of bad luck. Obviously having issues for the Cup race with having to go to the back and not even having Adam Stevens there, considering he finished 6th, is quite impressive with all that in place. But I don't know. He's just, even without the victories, if you don't pay attention to the lack of victories, he's still just been off this year. He's like barely 9th to 10th in points. It's not the same Kyle Busch. I wouldn't even say he's been having a bad season. It's just not up to the standards that we usually are used to with Kyle Busch. But to be honest, I've been trying to figure it out. I couldn't tell you what the main thing is for him, but I think he'll improve soon. I think Bristol might be the first step to that. I still have hope for him.
I believe he finished 6th. He started 6th, I believe, too. So
he got sent back.
He started last.
Wait, was he? What? Okay.
He got sent.
Yeah, he started last.
Car field inspection twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I was about to write him off since I thought he started 6th, but started last. Pretty good race then. I mean,
didn't even have his crew chief either.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Busch, I don't know what's been up with him this season, but it's kind of, people have been writing him off a lot. I think people are saying he's not going to make the champion, or like not even near the championship for. Like, I'm pretty sure he's going to make the run of 8, but that's besides the point. I think, honestly, I don't know what's wrong with Kyle. Like, I don't really know what to say, because Kyle Busch, he's such a good driver, and this is such an off year for him. Like, I guarantee you he'll win a race this year by the end of it. I guarantee you. That's literally, like, if Kyle Busch doesn't win a race, then I don't know what to say, because he's Kyle Busch. He's going to win a race, trust me. I don't know when it'll come. Maybe Bristol? Yeah. But he's just going to win a race. That's really all I have to say, Mikey. I don't think it's necessarily really a problem with Kyle Busch, per se, because he's still having a great season. It's just a down year compared to what we're used to with Kyle Busch.
I think the Kyle Busch experiment of him doing good is over, honestly. I don't think we'll ever see the same Kyle Busch that we did, like, in years past. I think he might be having problems, not like to speculate, might be having problems in his marriage. Who knows what the problem is? But I just feel like the Kyle Busch of old is the Kyle Busch of old. We won't see it again. He's just not as good as he used to be. I think if he doesn't do good much longer, I think he'll hang it up eventually. Because he's someone who probably is like, if I can't do good, I'm going to just retire. And just, also, we ain't had qualifying practice, which shouldn't be any kind of issue. As a top-tier driver, you should be able to adapt to things like that. Sorry to say it, Caleb, but if you're considered a top-tier driver, you should be able to adapt to any kind of situation like that. But I'm not sure there is a problem. I just think Kyle Busch's time in the spotlight has just ended, and it's time for someone else to step up.
Just wonder what happened to this 18 team. They once were on top of the world just at least 5 years ago, and now they're in 2020 looking for their first win. It seems like the momentum from that stretch has faded away a little bit, but he's still competitive. He's still contending for wins, but he's not sealing the deal. And I understand circumstances this year have kind of played to that role. And a little side of me thinks that he's been getting third-tier equipment in my opinion. He's not reached that same level this year. I really do hope he can win this year, because he is a very talented driver, but at this point, I just don't know what's wrong with him, the 18 team, and Adam Stevens. I just feel like that momentum from that competitive stretch is faded away a little bit, but it's not. It's still a little bit there. And Bristol could be that place he could turn it around, or this could be his last chance again of victory this year. But I hope he can do something in these final 7, 8 races of the year.
I got some stats here to show you, to read off to you guys. 10th in laps led, 249 laps, which for any other driver other than maybe Kevin Harvick would be nothing to scoff at. But for Kyle Busch, that's just not an acceptable number. He's 10th in average finish in the series with a 14.5 average finish. Not the worst he's ever had in his career, but not exactly great. He has the second fewest stage wins among top 12 drivers, tied with Kurt Busch, and only more than Austin Dillon. He's currently 9 points behind 8th place Alex Bowman. So, were this to be the round of 12 race, were we headed to the Roval right now, he would be 9 points out on the outside looking in. And so far in these playoffs, he's only led 4 laps. Those 4 laps at Richmond. So, to me, I feel like part of the problem with the 18 team is I'm honestly not really sure what the problem with the 18 team is. I think it's just they've been executing on pit road as good as they ever have. I mean, Kyle Busch is as good getting on and off pit road as he ever has been. They've seemed to just lack speed is what seems to be going on with the 18 team. Just no speed over there for Kyle Busch. Just not a lot going right for that team right now. And I have sincere doubts that they can go out and win Bristol, because there are 15 other very hungry playoff drivers that are all capable of going out and winning Bristol. And Kyle Busch is the best among them at Bristol, but it's just not. I'm just not confident that the 18 team can go out and do it. And I'm not going to go as far as Jared and say his time in the spotlight's over. I don't think he'll ever be a He's going to have to prove to me once again that he can be a true perennial title favorite. But I could totally see like a stretch that Brad Keselowski was on before snapping it yesterday, where Kyle Busch only wins like 2 to 3 races a year, gets to the round of 8 every year, but is not always a championship favorite. I could see something like that happening with the 18 team. All right, we've run out of time on this one, so let's do something that I like. Austin Cindric, regular season champion in the Xfinity Series, boys. Ooh.
Boo!
Austin Cindric, I think, has turned a lot of heads this season. Not only gawking at how tall he is, but also gawking at how good he is. So my question to you guys is Austin Cindric ready for the Cup Series?
It's hard to say at this point. Personally, I don't think he's going to be in the Cup next year, just because I think Penske wants to keep Matt DiBenedetto, but at the same time, they seem to refuse to ever open a 4th car, so I have a feeling they're just going to wait until until one of those 4 Penske affiliated cars opens up, and then they'll put him in there. But I'd say he's ready. I mean, he's been in Xfinity for this is basically his 3rd season there now, and the way his absolute dominance this season has just been impressive. He's proven he can win somewhere other than a road course on multiple occasions, and he's just had speed. I mean, his run as of late hasn't been that great, but I mean, he still has 5 wins this season. I'd say he's ready. Yeah.
You see, this is a tough one for me, because as much as I would like to say he doesn't deserve to be in the Cup Series, and there's still a part of me that wants to say that he doesn't deserve to be in the Cup Series, and I still do. I still don't think he deserves to be in the Cup Series, but that's the point. The thing is, Yeah, I don't think he deserves to be in the Cup Series. Like, I can't find a reason that makes me want to make him, like, put him in the Cup Series. Like, there's no ride for him. I don't know. I just don't see him being in the Cup Series. I can't see Austin Cindric being a Cup Series driver. It just doesn't feel right for me to put him in the Cup Series. I don't know why, per se, but I think if he does go to the Cup Series, he's definitely going to take Matt Benedetto. I actually do think that he probably will go to the Cup Series next season and take Matt Benedetto's ride. I don't know. Even though he did make the playoffs, I still have a small part of my body saying that I think he's going to go into the 21 car, but I don't know, honestly. I think they're going to pull a Ryan Blaney with him and throw him in a Penske car after a couple years.
Well, you see how I feel. Matt Benedetto's pretty much underperformed. I feel like out by 25 points. He's not that good of a driver, I don't think. Austin Cindric's killing it in the Xfinity Series. Absolutely killing it. 5 wins. Got him probably finish at least second, if not first, in the championship. But on the other hand, I don't see him going to Cup next year. He's only really done really good one season. Don't want to really. It won't be considered rushing. He's had a lot of development, but maybe keep him down in the Xfinity Series one season. See how Matt Benedetto does next season. And whenever he fails expectations, like he always does, he moves up into the 21 and 2022.
Yeah, I do believe that Cindric's ready, but the place that he can go is kind of hard to place because there are 3 elite drivers in the Penske Racing stable and the 21, the satellite team with Matt Benedetto, which apparently has a lot of loyalty between him and the Penske system. So it's kind of hard at this point. And plus, with the Gen 7 car coming within the next 2 years, it would probably be best to wait out one more year because he accomplished his first goal with the oval winning. But if he doesn't win the championship this year, he can do it again next year because he can win it within the next 2 years, I believe. And if he can prove that he can win the championship, then he's immediately ready. And with the pressure of one of the top stars in the Penske system with either Brad Keselowski or Matt Benedetto, could either take one of their rides or maybe Penske Racing could become a 4-car operation. But only time will tell on where Mr. Cindric will go.
Yeah, as most of you probably know, I love Austin Cindric. He's my favorite Xfinity Series driver. Regular season champion this season. Honestly, I don't know if he's Cup ready because he still hasn't really proven himself on short tracks, honestly, because he did. And NASCAR is going to start focusing on that. So I think if he does go to Cup, it'll be with the Wood brothers in either a second car or kicking out Matt Benedetto. And or he'll stay in the 22 in the Xfinity Series and go work on his short track program, because NASCAR is planning to move to more short tracks and road courses. And while the road courses are right up Austin Cindric's alley, the short tracks are very much not. So I think Austin Cindric definitely has to work on that short track program. I mean, it's not like he's way off. He's off. He won stage 1 at Richmond on Friday night, and he has a 7.7 average finish. He can't exactly be a slouch on short tracks and have that average finish. But I would say, yeah, he's very much Cup ready. And I think we all had thoughts that Chase Briscoe might have been Cup ready, but I think this recent stretch might put that into question a little bit. Like, he hasn't been bad, but Ross Chastain has caught him in points. So we're gonna have to see how that all plays out at Bristol for second in points. anyone else have anything to add on that?
Nope.
No.
I'm all good. What's next?
Damn. All right then. It is time now to move on. Wait, first let me check if I missed something. Yeah, I did miss something. Big silly season news, most likely. Bubba Wallace is going to leave RPM. What do you think this means for the 2021 silly season?
This is massive. I can't say I didn't anticipate it. I think a lot of us anticipated this was going to happen. But, I mean, it wasn't 100% finalized, we didn't think. You know, with toward the end of it, the possibility of Bubba staying due to, you know, just loyalty with the team. But then out of nowhere, just nope, he's gone. He is gone. He is going to go get himself a top-tier ride. And I'd expect that it's with Ganassi or Hendrick. I don't see him going anywhere else than one of those two places. And it's going to affect next season, as in he's going to be a possible championship contender no matter which of those cars he goes to. So I think this is absolutely massive for it, and it also opens up the Fame 43 car once again.
I mean, I saw this coming. There's a bunch of rumor going around about it. But when it officially came out on the Amino, everybody was shocked, and I was like, how are you shocked? I thought we all knew that this was happening for months. But, I mean, good job to Bubba. Going out there, leaving your team to go try and get a top-tier ride. He's gaining a whole bunch of new sponsorships, so I think he can make it happen. I predict him going to the 42 car. I made a concept of that once. But I just think he'll probably go to the 42 car. I don't think he'll go to the 48. I think that's Eric Jones' territory, but I think he can do really good next season. I wouldn't say a championship contender, but maybe round of 12, round of 8.
You see, it's time for Bubba to go to Hendrick. He's going to that 48 car next year. Then, big opportunity for him. And it will actually show if he's actually ready for the prime time to either float or sink. I personally think he'll float. I think he'll do pretty good. I wouldn't say championship contender, Caleb. Don't want to overhype him.
I think it's possible is what I mean.
I don't. Not yet. He's not ready. He had a pretty not good ride. And also him going to a big ride. If he does get it, we should up all the haters that's out there. The ignorant people out there that hate him for one reason. Stupid people are stupid people, I suppose. But I think that 43 car goes to Toyota, and I think Eric Jones will be in the 43 next season. And yeah, that's what I think about the silly season.
This is a pretty huge domino that has fallen. I kind of thought Bubba would be loyal and stay with Petty Motorsports, but hey, now the door is open for him to get a big ride with all that sponsorship behind him. He could go to the mothership of Hendrick Motorsports in that 48 car, or go to probably the most likely landing spot at Chip Ganassi Racing's 42. But he really can control his own future with these two rides. He's got the sponsorship, and both rides are still competitive. He could help revitalize that 42 a little bit, depending on how the management of that team is. But this really puts him in a place that he can finally show his talents in front of the world. But I'm still iffy on if he can prove himself on the big stage, which I think he can, which now leaves that 43 all open, and it's honestly a wild card at this point. It could either stay as a Chevy or could go as a Toyota, which I probably feel like Eric Jones might end up getting it, since there is rumors of Toyota trying to lure Petty Motorsports over there.
Yeah, I think this is a good personal career decision for Bubba Wallace. I think he wasn't really going to I think that this is exactly what he needed to do if he ever wanted to contend for a championship. I don't think that Richard Petty Motorsports was ever going to be the kind of team that could go out and contend for a championship. So I definitely applaud him. For taking a risk. I don't think Richard Petty is all too happy about Bubba deciding to leave, but I think it was a good personal business decision for Bubba Wallace, because now he has his choice of teams. He can go to the 40. He can go to the 42. He could go to the 48. He could possibly go to the 14. Although I don't think that Tony Stewart's really looking at him that seriously. Those are the three big ones, and I think Bubba really commands the market. Bubba has all the funding and all the publicity and the talent to boot. So he really controls the market. Basically, guys like Eric Jones and Corey LaJoie and possibly Clint Boyer, they're at the mercy of Bubba Wallace and what he decides to do. He can have any ride that he wants to, other than possibly the 48, because apparently they already have their driver. Although it could already be Bubba Wallace. We don't know. Maybe this is just one step closer to announcing Bubba to the 48, which I think would be renumbered the 5 if he went there. I think it's going to be renumbered the 5 no matter what, honestly. But besides the point, I think he controls the market. Whatever is the best ride, probably at Chevy, that is available to him, he's going to go get it. What do you guys think this decision for Bubba Wallace means for a guy like Eric Jones or Corey LaJoie, who really don't have the same opportunities now that they did before, because Bubba Wallace is on the market now, going after these rides?
I feel like since the news came out that originally that this was a possibility that he would be leaving, I think they've been worried about it. This being confirmed, though, definitely is going to make a lot of them more worried than they've ever been. Especially someone like Corey LaJoie, who's been a big contender for it, who's once again kind of risking his career by leaving GoFast, trying to find another opportunity. This might have just been a dagger in one of those possible rides, but it really depends on what he does, what his decision is. Because I mean, really, this could go in many different directions. Because there's no clear favorite for, I don't think, any ride this silly season, which is what makes it so insane. But overall, all the drivers involved that have the chance at a big ride, even some down in the Xfinity Series, should definitely be scared of Bubba Wallace.
I completely agree, Caleb. I mean, I honestly, I think Corey LaJoie will go to the 37 probably. Wait, isn't it? Yeah, 37's open, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll go there. I'm 99% sure he'll go there. So I don't think he has anything to worry about. Some other drivers, though, like, for example, Xfinity drivers, Chase Briscoe, Austin Cindric, if you wanted to get into the Cup Series, yeah, they have things to worry about. Bubba Wallace, like Zach said, he can go to any car he wants to, really. He has sponsorship. He has people backing him. So, yeah, especially if I was a driver, I would be terrified if I was looking for a ride at this time.
Jared?
No, I don't have no reason to be terrified. That's a stupid statement, in my opinion. Bubba's going to the 48. That's the car he's going to. You said the 47, the 37, the 32, which would be Chase Briscoe's ride, the 21, which would be Austin Cindric's ride, most likely. And then you put Corey LaJoie probably somewhere, it doesn't matter, he's not very talented, to be honest. It wasn't like he's going to get a top-tier ride anyways. He's done nothing to prove that he's worthy of a top-tier ride. So no, there's no Eric Jones. Will, like I said, is going to go to the 43 at Toyota. There'll be a partnership with JGR. So no, they have no reason to be worried whatsoever. Bubba's just one man. He's not that scary.
Um, it's honestly anyone's ball game with that 43 car. I mean, it's not the best equipment, but it's better than nothing. It's improved this past year, but no driver will find any major success with it, but they'll find minor success with it. But it could either go either way, honestly. It could stay as a Chevrolet team and have an alliance with RCR, which could still help both sides no matter what for Corey LaJoy and Eric Jones. Or it could just go join the dark side and end up fading away in the Toyota system, but it could end up being Eric Jones's ride. It could go either way. 2020 the 2020 silly season is honestly wild to a certain point that anything can happen. So only time will tell how this situation will come out.
I have to disagree with Jared there. I think the other drivers should be terrified because Bubba is going to take a top tier ride away. There is a top tier ride out there that a lot of drivers were looking at, that a lot of drivers were pegging as their chance to make it big. And the fact that Bubba Wallace left RPM is a signal to them that the ride that they've been working towards, perhaps this entire season, perhaps their entire career, is in jeopardy. They have a chance to lose what they've been angling towards perhaps their whole life. Because Bubba is getting one of these rides. We can all agree, there is no doubt in any of our minds that Bubba Wallace is getting a car that is capable of winning races and getting at least to the round of 8. So I think that, and there's only like 2 or 3 of those cars out there on the open market, so that leaves 2 capable round of 8 cars at best if Bubba Wallace takes one of them. And I think that's probably a pretty scary thought to a lot of these drivers, that there's a top tier ride out there that's no longer available, and now the competition for the remaining ones is even tighter. And you're already battling a guy like Eric Jones, a proven Cup winner. You're battling a guy like Corey LaJoy is also a very reliable driver. You're probably battling someone like Allgaier, who's winning a ton of races, and I think is a candidate for the 48. You're also battling guys like Briscoe and Cindric, so it's a very tough situation to be in for all of these guys, I think. Anyone else?
I'm good.
All good.
All right. I believe that our truck playoff predictions is next. Let's go, Mikey.
Let's do this.
That's not the right spreadsheet.
Yes.
Oofs were made.
Damn. All right. Let's add this page. You guys.
Zach, you forgot about something else. The one stupid rumor that's out there. It's in itinerary. You know, the stupid one about Larson and Deegan?
Oh yeah. You're right, Jared. You're right. Because
Haha.
I almost forgot it. I
Well-
almost forgot about that. You're right.
I guess we're stepping
I want to
ahead
shit
way
on
too
this
quick.
rumor.
Same, Jerry. Same.
Okay, so so it's not even really a rumor. Andrew Murstein went straight out and said that he's looking to one of his goals is to hire a diversity driver, and that includes the possibility of either Kyle Larson or Haley Deegan in that car.
Ha ha ha.
Everyone just go take a big dump on that. I just can't.
Okay, look, here's the thing. So Kyle Larson, I wouldn't be a bad choice for it. I mean, there's some controversy around it, but I could see why. He's an established driver in the series. But Haley Deegan, look, I'm sorry, Murstein, if you want to pick Deegan for the Cup Series 43 car, I'm just gonna be honest, you're fucking stupid. Like she hasn't even made a single Truck Series start. She's just barely in her first full-time season of ARCA and has barely even been able to establish herself as someone who could really compete. And you want to give her a Cup ride? I have nothing else to say.
I think, personally, Kyle Larson, I think that'd be a great choice. Like Caleb said, established Cup driver. I think he deserves a second chance. I mean, mistakes happen, but I would love to see Kyle Larson get back in the Cup Series. He was one of my favorites before. I just think that'd be awesome. And then Deegan. I have a lot to talk about on this one. Deegan. I don't know if you guys know my opinion on this one yet, but I think Haley Deegan is the most overrated, overhyped, worst driver. Not the next Dale Earnhardt. Trash. Over everything. Everybody, she's the next Dale Earnhardt. She wrecked her teammate once. Oh, big deal. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. People are saying, or that he's even considering putting her in the 43 car. That's just stupid. Like, that shouldn't happen. She hasn't made a single top NASCAR start yet. It's just no. That's literally all I've said.
It's worse than Quinn House.
Literally.
Okay, so this is probably the dumbest rumor I've ever heard. Haley Deegan, let's start off with her.
God.
That's what I have to say to Haley Deegan. There's a way better female driver out there in the NASCAR circuit.
Okay.
That actually has experience with like
Natalie Decker
a
doesn't run
top
her teammate.
tier. She's which I don't think Decker belongs in the Cup Series either. But she has truck experience. Deegan has ARCA experience. ARCA takes no talent to win racing. And then the old piece of shit himself, Kyle Larson. No. If NASCAR allows that, with all the shit going on in today's world, I don't know if I could be a NASCAR fan. They're just asking for hate at that point. You just cannot allow it. Less than a year after he said an ignorant word, you cannot do that. If Larson goes there, that is suicide for the sport of NASCAR. And if that happens, I don't think we see NASCAR on the airways in 2022. I know, strong opinion, but Gen Z can cancel fucking butter. They can definitely cancel a damn sport. Tanner? Alright, Tanner's not here, so Zach?
I love Haley, but no. As
Yep.
as far as Kyle Larson goes, I would be okay with it because one, it's not a top tier Cup ride. It's still a punishment because it's a huge downgrade from the Chip Ganassi 42, and he brings next to no funding. The car is going to be barely a 30th place car every week. So, yeah, I would be fine with Kyle Larson going there. He's not going to be relevant. It's going to be people are going to complain about it once, and then they're going to see, oh, he's not running that well, and then they're going to stop caring. and then you get him in, and then eventually he'll probably get a top tier Cup ride like 2 or 3 years down the line. But I would be honestly. I think the Kyle Larson thing is just it needs to. I don't think Kyle Larson needs to be punished any more than he is. He's already doing a lot of work to try to educate himself and do work to further to further racial equality. He's doing a lot on that front. I think he does deserve to come back. And if he gets in the 43, it's still a punishment. He's still in a much worse ride than he was before.
I get what you're saying, but you know how people are in this generation. How it is in these during this time.
They just canceled Netflix, so they can literally cancel anything.
Also, Kylie brought up a point that said, before we get to the Chucks thing, about Jimmy running the Pride car.
Yes.
I don't think that's official yet. If that gets official, we'll talk
No
about
FC.
it.
He had a Zoom call with Jimmy Johnson and all his people.
Jimi Hendrix and Ally, but it's not confirmed yet. But they have had talks, and I'd say that I'm like 90% sure that it's happening, but it's not confirmed yet.
It's not. I don't know if it's.
The sister fuckers out there get fucking pissed.
Yeah, once that gets announced, we'll talk about it. But until it's official, let's move on.
All right.
So now we're gonna go to our
anything else out?
What?
Did we miss anything else? Are we good to go on?
Yeah, we're good to go on. That was the last thing.
What's that?
Lickety, skippity.
Skippity dippity hop.
Xfinity playoffs in next week, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, their regular season ends soon.
What's the point gap?
49 points.
Yeah.
Brandon Brown is ahead of Jeremy Clements. It's basically set at this point. The top 11 have all locked their spots in.
Jeremy Clements has to win to get in.
Maybe we should just go ahead and do it so we don't have to do that next week.
Yeah, but what if Jeremy Clements wins?
Yeah.
Or someone below wins.
Then we'll go back and fix our mistake.
We'll make a public apology.
I mean, it's not like
I think we should just get.
It's not like it's gonna matter. I mean, whoever it is going out round one.
Yeah, so I think we should go ahead and just get that finished while we're ahead.
All right, 2 for 1, boys. We're getting Xfinity predictions too.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it.
All
right. So
let's start with Chucks and head to Xfinity, right?
Yeah.
So okay. Obviously, how many people get eliminated in the first round?
2.
Trucks?
2.
2 and then 4. Alright. Obviously, okay, so Sheldon Creed, regular season champion. He'll make it, but who knows? Glenn Enfield was a regular season champion and missed it last year.
Austin Hill was a regular season champion, not Creed. Creed was like 5th in points.
Zane Smith, I think he makes it. Austin Hill makes it. Brett Moffitt makes it. Eckes makes it. Also, I think Infinger also makes it.
Tanner was about to say.
I forgot about him. I didn't see him on there. So we got Ben Rhodes, Matt Crafton, Todd Gilliland, Tyler Ankle. 4 drivers for 2 spots. I think Ben Rhodes, he's been on a pretty big hot streak. Has been pretty good here lately. I think he makes it. So now it's Crafton, Gilland, or Ankrum. And I think Todd Gilland somehow makes it into the round of 8. I think Crafton and Ankrum both get eliminated. Actually, you know what? Crafton. Nah, Todd Gilland. Fuck it. Let's do some big baller shot caller move.
Remember last season?
Todd Gilland makes it in the round of 8. Alright, so next, Caleb.
All right. I think this one is going to be pretty straightforward. Creed has the speed. Smith is freaking Zane Smith has been absolutely amazing. He's getting an Xfinity ride next year. No surprise, Austin Hill.
He's going to RCR.
Enfinger's going to make the round of 8. Moffitt gets in. He's kind of had a slow year, but I think he'll be good to make it in there. He won't be out round of 10. Yeah, Rhodes makes it. I think this is going to be really straightforward. I think the bottom 2 they just aren't going to do it. I haven't really seen much out of them. I know Eckes has kind of struggled as of late, but I think he'll be able to get it in, especially with the KBM equipment. I just don't see Gilliland or Ankrum being contenders unless they pull something out of nowhere. So, to be honest, I mean, the top 8 right now is what I think is just going to be the top 8.
Honestly, I have to completely agree with Caleb there. I don't see anyone in this top 8 making it. If anyone in the top 8 were to miss, I would say it's Grant Enfinger, only because he's not. No, hear me out. He's not consistent. He's not consistent at all. Like, y'all laughed at me for my prediction earlier in the year, but he is not consistent. He was 8th in points. And he's not got a big enough cushion that he can truly relax in the round of 10. So I think he does make it, but I think Enfinger is on the hot seat in the round of 10.
Somebody can move my thingies for me. That'd be greatly appreciated. My phone doesn't like them.
I got it. Okay, Jared got it.
Obviously, Creed making it in. Zane making it in. Austin Hill making it in. Enfinger, Moffitt. And this part gets tough. Crafton. Eckes. And I'm down to 3. I'm gonna have to go with Tyler Ankrum. As much as I like Ben Rhodes, he's from Kentucky, my home state, Mikey. I just don't think he can do it. As well as Gilliland.
He's 3rd in points.
As well as Gilliland. I don't really have anything to say about Gilliland. That's how relevant he is. Thank you and good night.
Alright, Charity, do you need me to do yours, Charity? You got it. I think Tanner's dead again.
Bold predictions, Mikey.
Fanny Wanny.
Tanner.
Oh,
Tanner.
sorry, I didn't on mute. I just realized that. Sorry. I screwed up. Alright. The GMS boys of Sheldon Creed and Zane Smith, automatic round of 8 entries. Austin Hill, he'll easily make it. Big Bark. Matt Crafton will make it. Brett Moffitt will make it. And now we have 3 spots. And this could honestly go either way, but right now, even though he hasn't won this year, I'm going to put Christian Eckes in this group. Who makes it in? Grant Enfinger, he'll make it.
Bye.
I put him on the bubble. All right. Now, this is something that could definitely go either way. You have Ben Rhodes, who is returning to the playoffs for the first time since 2018, and another with Tyler Ankrum, who made it last year, and Todd Gillen, the rookie, who made it this year. And this could honestly go either way.
Well, rookie, he raced last year, Bob.
I don't see Ankrum making it. The 2016 is just very inconsistent. And I feel like Todd Gillen could possibly sneak into the round of 8.
Todd Gillen against Ben Rhodes.
What's all the hate for Ben Rhodes?
I love Ben Rhodes. I just don't think he has it in him.
Realize what team he has. It's technically Johnny Sauter's old 13 team.
All right, so my final 4. I'm gonna go ahead and eliminate a few peeps. Right. Todd Gillen, he passes away and does not make it in. He will not make it in, so no. I don't know if I'm typing. But Gillen, he does not make it in. Ben Rhodes misses as well. The first person I'm putting in is a regular season champion, Austin Hill. And my second person I'm putting in is Zane Smith. So we got 2 spots for 4 drivers. Another person I don't think makes it in, Brett Moffitt. Not been that good this year, to be honest. Does he ever win this season?
Nope.
Nope. Didn't think so. Just not been Brett Moffitt standards. Sheldon Creed also makes it in. So we're down to Christian Eckes, Grant Enfinger. I think the person making it in will be Christian Eckes.
Oh.
But by 1 point over Grant Enfinger.
Alright. So I'm going to put in the first one that makes it in. I think Creed's been good enough this season. He can make it in. I don't see why he doesn't. He's been able to rack up the wins this year. And his point situation isn't the greatest. I believe 5th in points, but I think he'll be able to light it up here in the playoffs. I'm excited what we can see from him. Then his teammate's going to get in. Zane Smith. I think Zane's been arguably the best in the series this season. Has had a few stupid things happen to him. You know, like getting wrecked twice in a single race in the exact same stupid way. But he's still really fast. He's shown that he's able to win, and I think he's definitely getting into the championship four. I'm going to say that Austin Hill's going to get in. I'd say that's a given. He's probably been the best Toyota this season in the Truck Series once again. And now we're down to one last spot, so this is going to be rough. First of all, I don't think Eckes is going to get in. I'm just going to be honest. I don't see it out of him. Maybe at the beginning of the year I did, but I don't know. The way he's been running, him also having bad luck, having a tendency to wreck in crucial situations, it's not happening. I don't think Moffitt makes it in, and I don't think Enfinger makes it in. Down to these last 2 drivers, you know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to be like the single guy that does this. Ben Rhodes is going to make the championship 4 and be the one who represents ThorSport Racing. He's been good on points this year. He's been more of a dark horse, and no one really talked about him until he won a race. So I think this is going to be really his year now that he really does have the chance to shine. It was really close between him making it in and Crafton making it in, but I think it's just going to be Rhodes this year. I don't think Crafton can pull that BS off again.
I wanted to put Ben Rhodes here, but I can't have my 2 top favorite drivers in the final 4.
Alright, so this is gonna be tough, so let me pull out the truck schedule real quick to see what the round of 8 tracks are.
it's Talladega.
They don't go to again.
They're going to Dega? Oh, no.
They always go to Dega.
Oh yeah. This time it's for the. Didn't realize it was in the last round. I just thought about that now.
It's in the last round.
I think it's in the round of 10.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
the round of 10 cutoff. So Kansas.
Oh shit!
So Kansas, Texas, and Martinsville for the Truck Series. So the winner at Kansas, I think, will be Zane Smith. I think Zane showed a lot of speed at Kansas earlier in the year. I think a lot didn't go right for that team, but I think if they clean up their act a little more and clean up the inconsistencies, they'll be good to go in that race. Headed to Texas. Hard to say who will win that one. But you know what? I'm gonna pull a shocker. Matt Crafton wins that one and advances to the championship 4.
Jared, he has the defending champion.
He's not that good.
He is the defending champion.
He is the defending champion.
3-time champion.
And then Martinsville. I don't even remember. Crafton, I know, was good at Martinsville in the Truck Series.
Someone's echoing.
But
Who's echoing?
Zane might win this round and be an ass. It might be Creed. It might be
Someone
Moffitt.
fix the echo.
But I think the KBM team defends Eckes to the Final 4.
Wow.
Woo!
And then with these 3 winners, you're gonna have to be super consistent to make the championship 4 on points. And the only driver left who's really shown me the consistency they need to get there is Austin Hill. So
Zach, Sheldon Creed.
if Sheldon Creed doesn't, if these guys all win, then Sheldon Creed has to race Austin Hill on consistency, and I don't think he can. Especially since Austin Hill is starting to get hot.
Whoa.
Alright,
I don't
Cade in
like
Final
Austin
Four.
Hill if that's what you're trying to go for, buddy.
All right. I'm gonna have to go with the. I think Sheldon Creed.
Yeah.
I think those two get in.
Who?
Zane Smith and Sheldon Creed. And then I'm gonna have to go with Christian Eckes.
Dang.
Wow,
And
this
Matt
is a lot of
Crafton.
love for Eckes.
Matt Crafton.
I'm shocked.
I'm putting Matt Crafton there. I think he wins Talladega.
Talladega's not in the round of 8.
It's a round of
damn
10.
Well, I think he gets in there either way, so GG. Also,
Tranny.
pretty sure NASCAR Amino Network just hit 100 subscribers, so I'm gonna check that, Mikey.
Nice.
Hold
Let's
on.
go!
Really? Did we?
Did we? Confirmation?
We are at 100 subscribers!
Yes!
Let's go!
Oh yeah, guys!
Legendary.
Thank you all so much.
GG.
This is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. It means so much.
Who are you, Martin Truex Jr.?
No, Martin Truex Jr. would just be like, oh, that's cool.
Hey, Tanner.
Oh, yo, I am ready to give out 4 tickets to the Championship 4. And the first one
What
will
about
go
5?
to Matt Crafton.
Wow.
Why does all these people think Matt Crafton's to the Final Four?
I wish JD was
Hold
here.
on. I said that Matt Crafton could be a Championship 4 contender. And remember a couple of podcasts ago, y'all kind of laughed at me a little bit. And the next week, Crafton won. So
I'm
basically,
still laughing at
he'll still make the Championship 4. And no wonder why
No, he
Crystal Bell didn't make the playoffs this year.
Oh!
Anyways, Austin Hill will make it. He's been very good this year.
Well, damn, there's like 600 pounds already in the Final Four.
Damn. Anyways, Sheldon Creed will get the third spot.
Creed.
And there's only two clear-cut people who can battle for this spot. I feel like it's going to come down to Zane Smith and Grant Enfinger. Christian Eckes might just make a lot of rookie mistakes in the round of 8 to take himself out of contention. And I feel like Zane Smith will get in since he's been probably the best rookie this year.
That's cute. All right, my Final Four. I think finishing 4th in the standings will be Zane Smith.
Oh.
Dang.
Finishing 3rd in the standings will be Christian Eckes.
Oh.
And your 2020 Truck Series champion, Fat Fuck himself, Austin Hill, with Sheldon Creed finishing 2nd in the standings. Austin Hill will be your 2020 NASCAR Sprint Cup Truck Series champion. I don't know why I said Sprint Cup, but Truck Series champion.
Yes, the good old Sprint Cup
Series.
Sprint Cup Truck Series, baby.
Alright, so first of all, in my predictions, similar to the fashion Chase Elliott did in my Cup predictions, Austin Hill just dies. He just blows up for like not even on the first lap, on the pace laps, like just going down the backstretch, pulls a freaking Derek Cope Watkins Glen, just poof, just blows up, and that's the end of his freaking season. Next up here, I'm going to put, as much as I hate to say it, Sheldon Creed. I think he'll come up short of it. Won't have the speed for these last two drivers, and it all comes down to Ben Rhodes and Zane Smith. And coming off turn 4 at Phoenix, we are going to see, for the first time, to get himself an Xfinity ride at probably JRM taking over for Michael Annett, Zane Smith is going to win the Truck Series Championship in his first season after he finally is able to go down and get himself a truck ride and not go straight up to Xfinity. But now he's going to establish himself, and he's just going to immediately hop back up there. And Ben Rhodes is going to fall short in second, but be really close to it, and probably establish himself as someone that can be a Matt Crafton or, well, hopefully not a Johnny Sauter. That can just, sit down there in the... No, not Harrison Rhodes. Just sit down there in the Truck Series. Just kind of establish themselves in their career down there because they couldn't previously gain success up there. So yeah, Zane Smith, champion.
Alright, so coming up 4th, finishing 4th in the race, will be Christian Eckes. He's just not had the speed to contend with these other 3. Like, I think he had a streak of like 3 second place finishes in a row at one point, but those are like the only times I remember him being in the top 10. Matt Crafton, I feel like also doesn't have the speed to truly contend for a title, so he'll finish 3rd. And it comes down to probably the most interesting battle of the last couple weeks in the Truck Series, and that would be Zane Smith and Austin Hill. Austin Hill has been the most consistent driver in the Truck Series, and it's not even close. Problem: it's probably going to take a little bit more than consistent to win the championship. And of the guys I have in the championship for, there's only one that has multiple wins so far this season. Zane Smith wins it all.
Oh my, here comes the overrating for Zane Smith.
Wow.
Damn.
Alright, Caden.
We all have him in our Final Four, and anything can happen. I'm sure Caden's not going to have him win the championship.
Well, coming up 4th, as much as I hate to see it, seeing as he roasted the fuck out of me on Instagram, Christian Eckes, I respect him now just because he did that to me. Sad times. If you guys don't know, he roasted me on Instagram. Yeah, that happened. Coming up 3rd, Matt Crafton. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't even know why he's here at this point.
I like this battle.
Matt Crafton's just dead. Don't call me Carter. He doesn't actually die. I think coming up with your championship, the number 2 of Sheldon Creed is your Truck Series champion.
Yes!
Whoa.
Let's go! Creed has the speed!
Zane Smith comes up, probably finished like 3rd place. I don't know, 3rd place seems like Zane Smith's spot, but not 3rd place in the standings, just 3rd place in the race in general. And then Creed, Creed wins. Creed's great. Yeah. Hooray. He's right behind Stuart Friesen, yeah.
Alrighty. To kick off in 4th place, I feel like there will be heartbreak for a rookie. I'm going back to when William Byron did this, and I feel like Zane Smith will end up doing the same thing. Heartbreak will happen, but it will be a wreck that takes him out.
Wow, Zane Smith is like, I just want to point out how all or nothing we have Zane Smith. He's either 1st or 4th in like everyone's predictions.
It's either win or wreck.
Except Caden.
Yeah, Caden had him 2nd, but Caden's weird.
Next.
You know what, buddy?
In 3rd place, we have Matt Crafton. He won't really have a strong truck to contend for the win, in my opinion. In 2nd place is the man who drives the number 2 truck. It will be Sheldon Creed. He'll be overcoming us. He'll have too much speed on pit road. They'll set him back, and it'll be too much to overcome. And the champion will be the man who I despise the most.
Wow.
But I feel like he'll win the race. Is Austin Hill. This is his year of redemption.
Dang.
That's cute.
Alright, so our champions are Austin Hill, Zane Smith, Sheldon Creed, and Austin Hill. So I think we all seem to agree with the norm that the 2 favorites are Austin Hill and Zane Smith.
Yeah.
So
Besides Caden, because it's weird.
yeah. Alright, anyway, Xfinity predictions. Ooh, I gotta clean this sheet up, but anyway, we'll do that. We'll do that real quick.
A little stall cleaning.
Yep.
Bear with us, Mikey.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to do Xfinity right now, so I didn't touch it. But we're doing Xfinity right now, so yay!
Because Jeremy Clements ain't gonna make it. Watch now that we're doing this. He just absolutely dominates it, but still leads all the laps.
Just to ruin our brackets.
He'll still be out.
Leads
round
every
12.
single lap.
Yeah. Well,
Duh.
anything happens next week.
There's no way it will, though.
No, there ain't. The top 12.
Jeremy Clements is the Xfinity Series champion.
Alright, we're ready to go now.
Kick us off, James.
Oh, Mike. So, Austin Cindric, round of 8. Chase Briscoe, round of 8. Noah Gragson, round of 8.
Wait.
Justin Haley, Harrison Burton, round of 8. So we got 4 people, right?
Yes.
Wait, did
4
you say
spots left
Haley was
between
round of
like.
8?
No, not yet.
Oh.
Huh.
I'm
I
scared.
think Chastain makes it. I think Haley makes it. So we got 2 spots, 6 jobbers, right?
Yes.
Brandon Brown's not making it. Ron Singh's not making it. So we got 2 spots between 4 jobbers. So Singh and Brown's out. No way they make it. Don't think Brandon Jones makes it either.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
3
The
wins.
second driver that gets in. Brandon Jones collapsed. Riley Hurt takes his makes the round of 8.
Okay,
And your
Jared.
last driver making it is Michael Annette.
Michael Annette over Justin Allgaier?
Okay.
What?
I forgot about Justin Allgaier. Justin Allgaier.
What?
Jared Holmes.
The guy that's literally won the last 2 races is going.
The contender for the 48.
I forgot that. Oh my god.
How do you forget about Justin Allgaier?
The guy who just completed the weekend sweep.
So being eliminated is Brandon Jones, Michael Annette, Ryan Singh, Brandon Brown.
All right. I'm just gonna put that there.
Jones, Michael Annette, Ryan Singh, Brandon Brown. Yeah.
Huh. That's about as little explanation as I've ever heard. It's almost as little explanation as I gave for the truck series.
I don't think there's any competition there between like the gap of 8th and 9th. Like there'd have to be something insane happening. So I'm just gonna set that.
So
I think Brandon Jones collapsed. There's always that one surprise that gets eliminated in a round of 12 and extra. I think that's Brandon Jones this year, Riley Herbst. The one that takes advantage.
So for Las Vegas, I'm going to say he starts to turn his season around here. Chase Briscoe wins at Las Vegas. Then at Talladega, Haley is going to be the overwhelming favorite, I think, given his recent success at the plate tracks.
Yeah.
But I say it's his teammate breaking through in Ross Chastain. Chastain finally gets his first win of the year.
No.
And then the Charlotte Roval. I don't think I need to explain my pick for that one. I don't think, honestly, there's anyone right now in NASCAR that Austin... Okay, let me rephrase that. I think Austin Cindric right now is a top 3 road course racer in NASCAR. He is that good.
Chase Elliott, Austin Cindric, Travis Jr.
Yeah. So let's get the obvious ones out of the way. The 7 is making it. Justin Allgaier. Let's move Gregson. Brandon Jones has really been on and off this season, but I think his playoff points will be enough. He'll advance. Justin Haley will surely advance. And then it's Harrison Burton versus Annette, Sieg, Herbst, and Brown. That's Harrison Burton all day.
Easy.
I think. Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and Cindric, Briscoe, Allgaier, Gregson, put all them in. Top 5. Justin Haley, throw him in. Harrison Burton, throw him in. This is where it gets interesting. As much as I don't like Chastain, as much as I don't think he's going to make it, as much as I think he's going to make it, I have no idea, honestly. Chastain, if you look at the playoff points as they stand, he would be 8th. He would be 8th if the playoffs started today. Screw it. I'll just say it. Chastain out, Riley Herbst in.
What?
Yeah.
Dude!
Oh, this is like 3rd and 4th.
Are you kidding me right now? He's 3rd in points, about to pass Chase Briscoe. If anything...
Not in the playoffs, though. He doesn't have a win, bud. That puts
But it goes to show you his overall consistency.
He's the most consistent driver in the field.
I don't think so.
Who's your
Like
last
Jared said, there's always a shocker that doesn't make it in the next round. Doesn't have a win, best equipment, He's 8th in the playoffs if they started today. Riley Herbst, Joe Gibbs car. I don't think he's making it in. I'll just put in Brandon Jones if you haven't already. My non-biased opinion.
Herp's hype. Herp's hype.
Winning at Las Vegas will be Chase Briscoe, clear favorite. Hello?
Oh, you want me to put it in?
Yeah. Anyone can. Winning Talladega will probably be Justin Haley. The Roval, it's going to be Cindric because road courses are his playground. Justin Allgaier will easily point his way in. Same with Noah Gragson. Chastain, he'll get in. Same with Harrison Burton. One playoff spot hangs in the balance. And we all know that Brandon Brown and Ryan Sieg have no chance of making it. And I'm not jumping on the Herbst train. He's too inconsistent. He's basically another Brandon Jones. It comes down to the actual Brandon Jones and my favorite Xfinity Series driver, Michael Annett. And as much as I really want to see Michael Annett make the round of 8, I just don't see it happening this year. Brandon Jones gets redemption and makes it in.
Jared?
He's muted for the moment.
Thank you for telling me that. I don't know how I got muted.
Dang.
Alright, so my final 4 for the 2020 NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs will be not Brandon Jones, not Riley Herbst, unfortunately, not Justin Haley. So that leaves them 3 drivers are out. I think Cindric. I'm on Caden's thing for some reason. My bad.
Oof.
Cindric makes it. Briscoe makes it. Gragson does not make it. Haley does not make it. Herbst don't make it. That's down to Burton, Allgaier, Chastain. I think Chastain got this spot in the final 4 as much as it makes me want to puke my guts up. And it's now between Burton and Allgaier. Burton, really very consistent at the beginning of the season, sort of falling off. Allgaier was not very consistent at the beginning of the season, starting to pick it up. But I think we see early season Harrison Burton in these playoffs. I think Harrison Burton makes the final 4, which I know everyone's going to say bias, but fuck you.
Oh my.
Damn.
Alright, this one isn't going to be as straightforward.
Let me say something. Just like Bowman, people are not giving Burton any sort of credit, Zach, so you got to see where I'm coming from.
I feel it. Oh, I feel you.
Alright. Go ahead, Caleb Mussolini.
This one won't be as straightforward, but Cindric's going to get in. That's 100% obvious at this point. Briscoe's definitely going to make it in. I think that's a given right there. I'm going to say that Noah Gragson is going to make it in. I still stand by that. He's going to make the championship 4.
Bruh.
I'm sorry. I still think that's going to happen.
Bruh.
He's not doing shit.
Literally none of these playoff drivers have been consistent at all, except for Cindric, Briscoe, and Chastain.
This brings me to my last driver.
It's gonna be Justin Haley.
I think Ross Chastain's going to get in. Especially with his consistency, he's not going to be a round of 12 exit. He's going to make it to the championship 4. Okay, buddy. You go ahead and call me a simp. Alright.
Alright, so
No love for Burton.
we'll shelve Briscoe for now. Cindric is gonna make it. Chastain, one of the 3 most probably the most consistent driver in the series, he'll easily make it. Probably won't even be close, honestly. And I say Allgaier makes it. I'm gonna ride the hot hand there. So before I get to the final spot, I'm just gonna say the 3 drivers that are under no circumstances making it: Noah Gragson, Brandon Jones, and Justin Haley. I will literally eat a turd on this podcast if one of those 3 makes the final 4.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
That's not.
What?
You heard it here first. If Gregson, Jones, or Haley makes the playoffs, Zach has to eat something disgusting. Not a shit, but we'll let the viewers pick something that Zach has to eat that he has at home. If one of them 3 makes it, you got yourself in a situation.
Eat ketchup on cereal, you won't.
Yeah, ketchup on cereal. There we go. You got both of them in your house. Everyone has them things. Zach will eat ketchup on cereal. If Gregson, Brandon Jones, or one of them 3 makes the final 4.
So the final spot is down to Chase Briscoe and Harrison Burton. Now, before I say who I think is getting in, I do want to say this about Chase Briscoe. His performance of late is pretty concerning. He hasn't had a lot of speed lately, and he hasn't led that many laps. Not that Harrison Burton has led very many laps either, but
He did at Richmond.
yeah, that's true. But I think Harrison Burton, I think will give Chase Briscoe a run for his money and will be very, very close at Martinsville. But with that being said, I don't see Harrison Burton overcoming Briscoe's playoff points. Briscoe makes it.
Kidding?
Good choice. Even though those are my first and second favorite Xfinity drivers, good choice.
Alright, Caden, who's your final 4?
I'm just going to go ahead and throw Cindric in, throw Briscoe in. Those 2 are basically a lock, in my opinion. Here's where it gets tough, Mikey. I think
Partner hopes.
we're going to throw in Justin Allgaier
Alright.
and Harrison Burton.
Oh.
And Raleigh hopes too.
I definitely see Harrison Burton as a best of the rest, like the 5th best driver this season. So it's possible.
No, he's a top 2. If not the best.
He's fallen off in the second half of the season so far, you gotta admit that. I mean, it hasn't been dramatic, but he hasn't had the same speed that he had at the beginning of the year.
Has been bad.
Even whenever he had like all them top 10, people were saying, "Oh, he's about the 5th or 6th best driver."
I think he's a great driver.
People don't give Harrison Burton credit.
He'll be contending for the final 4 spot until the very end of the round of 8.
I think 2022 he should be in a Cup car, the 19 car specifically.
All right,
By
Tanner.
the way, I'm working on
Final
that
4.
concept. So.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna go clear cut obvious that Briscoe and Cindric will make it to championship 4. And now there's 2 spots up for grabs, and I believe it could be a wild, wild west. I don't see Chastain making it. I feel like he'll make a mistake that takes him out.
Bruh.
Harrison Burton, he'll probably make a few rookie mistakes.
Yeah, it's why Michael Nett's not going to be even in the playoffs.
I have Allgaier making it though. He's returning back to an old self again. He's starting to become a legitimate top threat once again. And here's a big shocker. This driver will win a race in the round of 8, and that will be Brandon Jones at Kansas.
What?
Oh my god.
Brandon Jones over Chastain and Burton?
Realize, Kansas has been his playground lately. He's won the last 2 races.
Are you slow?
The stars are aligned right for him.
He came out of nowhere only because Cindric had damage at the end of the race.
Still.
All right. You know what?
Favor.
Let's go backwards for our champion, because mine's going to be a shocking champion.
Oh, I know where you're going with this one.
All right, Tanner, who finishes 4th in the championship standings? Tanner?
What?
Who finishes 4th? We're going backwards.
Okay. For whose bracket?
Yours.
Oh. Okay. The person who I have finishing 4th is Brandon Jones. I don't really see him being a contender.
Okay, 3rd.
This is where the 2 best drivers fall into place, and one of them will be Austin Cindric. Will finish 3rd.
That's gay.
Okay, who will be your champion, Tanner?
My champion will be the same manufacturer the last few years. I believe Justin Allgaier will finally get it done.
Wow.
Damn.
As much as I don't want to say this, in 4th, I'm gonna have to throw in Harrison Burton. Unfortunately, I think he'll be up there. I just don't think he will have the speed to compete with the other 3. 3rd, I'm gonna have to throw in. This is where it gets tough. 3 of the best drivers this year. I'm gonna have to go with Austin Cindric. I don't know why. Is he any good at Phoenix? I don't know his stats there, but I keep thinking
he's okay there.
I keep thinking it's Homestead, so. But I think we'll finish 3rd.
Gotta get some used to.
It's a short track. Well, basically, it's a short track. Zach brought up earlier his stats on short track. So, 2nd. Well, actually, I'm just gonna say my champion. No bias. I think you guys know where I'm going here. No bias. I think he actually has a chance to get it done. Some of the best equipment in the field. Tons of wins. Somewhat decent on short tracks. I'm gonna have to give Chase Briscoe. Yep, you already did. There you go. Thank you.
Alright, Zach.
So for 10th, not for 10th, for 4th. 10th is gonna be Riley Herbst, but for 4th,
I'll put him in my final 4, buddy.
I'm gonna shock all you.
What?
I think Chase Briscoe's issues over the second half of the season finally get to him in the final 4. He finishes 4th.
Excuse me?
It's still a great season if he gets to the final 4, even if it doesn't end in a championship. Probably still has an SHR ride coming to him. Ross Chastain, the fact that this team just can't close the deal will bite them. They'll finish 3rd. So it'll be down to Cindric and Allgaier. And they said it in all broadcasts pretty much. If Justin Allgaier is in the final 4, he is to be feared. He is the automatic runaway favorite. and I think that being the automatic runaway favorite makes Allgaier the champion. Cindric finishes second.
All right. I think for this one, I kind of just gotta wing it. I really don't know what's gonna happen here. So, first of all, we're gonna have a big problem. We've seen it before. Cindric's just gonna have a bunch of issues. Something's gonna bite him in the ass, and that's just gonna be the end of it. Maybe he just doesn't run good.
That doesn't even make sense. Steve Penske's building great cars.
Chase Hill's gonna blow up. Austin Hill's gonna blow up. And Austin Cindric's gonna blow up. That's what you're saying.
What's with people blowing up?
I don't know. No, I mean, I don't think that's really what's going to happen. I just think that's kind of funny if it did happen. But no, Cindric, I just don't know. Just Phoenix, haven't really seen too much from there. I don't think it's gonna be enough. It's just not his type of racetrack. And don't worry, I'm not gonna make it happen. Noah Gragson's not gonna win the championship. He's not gonna have enough either. He's definitely not better than these last two guys here, so I don't see it happening. And then in an absolutely intense battle that we see at the end of this race, which, by the way, I see the winner of the championship not winning the race. It's going to be someone like Brandon Jones or Allgaier that wins the race. And I think the champion... the champion is going to be... No, I'm kidding. Chase Briscoe is going to win the championship.
Good pick, buddy.
I badly wanted to pick Ross Chastain. Sorry to cut you off there. I badly would want Ross to win it, but I just don't see it happening. It's going to be Briscoe.
So we got 4 elite drivers, right? Cindric, Briscoe,
Yes.
Chastain, Burton. Burton's not going to have a good race for majority of the race. It's going to be a hard battle between Cindric, Briscoe, Chastain, right?
Yeah.
Then the scumbag known as Tim Vaines is going to cause a crash with like 2 to go, even if he's in the race. There's some scumbag back there, like Tim Vaines, Racist Rallies, one of them dumb fucks back there, whatever one. Chastain, Briscoe, Cindric, top 3, Burton somewhere in mid top 10. Chastain's going to make an idiotic move going into the final corner. Before they get to the white flag, takes out all 3 drivers but Briscoe. Right? Briscoe's able to continue. He's fine, but he has a lot of damage. Chastain finishes 4th. Because of the idioticness.
Right.
Cindric continues, but he has way too much damage to be up there. So it's Briscoe first. Briscoe continues to lead because he don't go down pit road. Because you'd be stupid to go down pit road even if you have damage. And then Burton's about 5th, right? Here we go. 2 to go to decide the Xfinity Series playoffs. Here comes Jeb Burton trying to pass Briscoe for the lead. But Burton takes the dog leg up to 3rd. White flag in the air. Briscoe, early favorite. Here comes Burton. Bumper to the back of the 98. Sends him up the track. Coming off turn number 4. Harrison Burton is your 2020 Xfinity Series champion.
Right.
Book it, Steve.
Right.
I would have picked Cindric if I know none of y'all would have picked him. God damn.
Kind of shocking.
I can't believe none of you picked Cindric. Like, actually.
I think the only reason is the type of racetrack.
Zach.
You literally said yourself, Zach, that he's not good on short tracks, buddy.
I said he wasn't as good. Not that he was bad.
And plus,
Zach,
this will be his first championship appearance.
It'll be Briscoe's first too, and Burton's, and freaking Allgaier, and not Allgaier's, but Chastain's.
Okay, listen, Zach. You said no bias more in the podcast, right?
Yeah.
So that's not bias. You know Chastain would be a fucking idiot. So I gave it a little bit of a storyline on how Burton wins. So yeah, Harrison Burton is my champion. Caleb has Chase Briscoe. Zach has Allgaier. Caden has Briscoe. So Allgaier and Briscoe seems to be the favorite.
Yeah.
But Harrison Burton about to crush all the favorite system. Harrison Burton. And you know what? Harrison
What?
Burton wins the race, and I'm going to throw a little bias. Riley Herbst finishes second in the race. That's right.
And let me guess. Natalie Decker makes her first Xfinity start and finishes third.
Nope, she'll win the race if she does that.
For what team?
Jared Hope.
She replaces
secret let out.
Oh, dang.
All right, so Zach, what's next? Is it Jared's thoughts time?
Yeah.
All right, so I have a good episode of Jared's thoughts, and that is why Auto Club getting a transformation is a good idea. As you know, I don't like them big 2 mile tracks. Like if you remember back to my ranking, Indy, Auto Club, Michigan, and Pocono was towards the bottom. I think they're boring. I hate watching them. I normally don't watch them. Indy's was ahead of them only because of the specialists. Because of the specialists like my grandma and stuff. But now let's go into a short track. Awesome idea. Awesome job. We're going to do that to Michigan and Pocono as well, I think. Either put restrictor plate on the big tracks like that or don't race them at all. That's my opinion on big tracks. I think big tracks, with Auto Club doing this first, I think soon we'll see Pocono and Michigan. India go to the road course. I think it's time to do away with the big 2 mile tracks if you don't have restrictor plates. Caleb, thoughts on what I said?
I agree with you. The 2 mile tracks aren't the most exciting. They definitely haven't really ever been that exciting for tracks. I mean, Auto Club's had some amazing races in the past, especially at the beginning of the Gen 6 era. I agree with you that, we should probably start getting rid of some of these 2 milers, but to be honest, I really like their decision with switching a track to a short track like this and giving it this new sort of layout. If I were to say one negative thing about it, it's the fact that I think they should have picked Michigan for it, considering that Auto Club's proven it can have good racing, as opposed to Michigan, which clearly has not for many, many years, but I guess you could also blame that on repaves and stuff, and Auto Club will go through the same fate. But overall, I can't complain any more than that. I mean, we're getting another short track on the schedule. This is what the fans have asked for. NASCAR delivered. So I don't think there should be any further complaining other than that. We're getting a new short track on the schedule and one less kind of dull racetrack. And considering the area, this could also be a track that we see as maybe a championship race somewhere in the near future. So I think this is definitely a big stepping stone for the future of the schedule and stuff, so that we can get more short tracks here. This is only the beginning.
Caden.
I completely agree, Jared. I don't know why people have a reason to complain. People want short tracks. This short track they delivered. It's even a new type of short track. There's banking, long straightaways. I think it's a great idea. Maybe Michigan would have been better, but I really don't know what to say. I don't know how people have a reason to complain. A great decision on NASCAR's part. It's going to be a huge turnout for the sport, and yet people still find a way to complain. Thank you and good night.
Tanner, check the chat in a minute.
At first, I thought the move was kind of crazy at first, but after thinking about it, it's a really good move in my opinion. This will be the first time a short track will be added to the schedule in a while, and the first time that there will be 7 short tracks on a Cup Series schedule since 1996. And this could, even though they did it to Auto Club, it's still a good move. This could be of great benefit for the sport, because the West Coast scene has kind of been down for NASCAR, and this could possibly help revitalize it a little bit, bring a little excitement, since some fans have lost interest in the sport a little bit with it.
I think I might be the only one here that doesn't like it. I'm not one of those people that believes necessarily that the answer is more short tracks. I loved Auto Club for what it is. I think these 2-mile speedways could be really good. It's good on a repave, especially with this new package. I think honestly, the fresher the pavement, the better the racing with this package. Especially a track like Auto Club, which I'm certain with this will be multi-groove. I hope this works. It probably will because it's what a lot of the fans were asking for. But man, as an Alex Bowman fan, this kind of sucks because it seems like every single time he wins at a track, it suddenly has a massive twist of fate. Like he wins Chicago, and now we may never see another Chicago race again. He wins Auto Club, and suddenly now it's a short track. It's like, damn. What's a guy got to do?
Alex Bowman, the track killer.
What's a guy got to do to have a track that he can win at? It's like. It kind of sucks, but you know what? He'll still win. He'll find a way to win. Honestly, he might find a way to win the short track Auto Club. I don't think he's as bad as a short track racer. But as far as the move itself, I don't like that they chose Auto Club. I understand why they chose it. I would have preferred Michigan for sure. I don't necessarily agree that we need more short tracks. And as far as Indy, Michigan, and Pocono go, I think most of those tracks, other than Michigan, already have the answer. They have road courses built into them. We should just go to those road courses. You don't need to pulverize a speedway when there's a perfectly good road course in the middle of it.
I'm going to introduce a new segment this week. It's going to be the NASCAR Amino podcast predictions for the next week. So I'm going to start out here with Caleb. Caleb, who wins the Cup race this week?
You know what? I'm gonna say Brad repeats. Brad's gonna win at Bristol.
All right. Who will be the biggest disappointment this week?
Biggest disappointment, I think. Based on, I don't know if I would call this a disappointment, but based on how he's done at Bristol in the past, I think it's going to be Matt DiBenedetto, just because of a disappointment for a lot of the fans that have, put a lot of faith in him. Someone like myself, I've always put a lot of faith in him. I think they expect that he's going to do a lot better than he's going to at Bristol. He's going to be a disappointment, and I think that's going to be the end of his run for a championship.
All right, who'll be your biggest shocker this week? Like, who do you think will do good that normally don't?
You know what? I'll say Eric Almirola. This isn't biased. I'm trying not to be biased with this one. I think he's going to be better than people realize. I think he's going to be able to have a consistent enough run so he can get into the next round. He's not going to do terrible. He doesn't have a great record on short tracks, but I think he's going to do just enough to be able to get in.
All right, Tatum, who wins this week?
I think Blaney wins, but that's not really biased, but people say it's biased. We're just going to go with my pick that's completely 0% biased, Chase Elliott, just because why not? Even though I think Blaney will win.
All right, who do you think will be the biggest disappointment?
Biggest disappointment? I'm going to have to go with, this is a tough one. I think our biggest disappointment this week is going to be the same as Caleb, Matt DiBenedetto. I was at the race where he almost won. I don't necessarily think that it'll be disappointing, but to the fans it probably will be, based on how much hope they have in him that he'll not make the next round, but that'll do good.
All right, biggest shocker. Who'll do good that normally don't?
I don't know if this is really a shocker considering it's Bristol. But I'd say Kurt Busch. But if you wouldn't count that because it's Bristol, I'd say Clint Boyer.
All right, Tanner, who wins this week?
I'm going to go with Denny Hamlin. He almost won the spring race, and I feel like he'll get redemption this time.
He is the defending winner.
Biggest disappointment?
I'm talking about the spring race. He had that one in the bag, though. Until that mistake.
No, but he's the defending fall race winner.
I know that.
He's your
biggest disappointment?
Biggest disappointment.
Bless your soul.
Will have a
you.
disappointing. He'll fight throughout the entirety of the race to save his season, but a late race mistake will end up costing him everything and knocking him out in this very disappointing round of 16.
Biggest shocker.
It could honestly come from anywhere in the field, and I feel like a non-chaser will be a surprise. I feel like Christopher Bell will actually compete with the chasers and give them a run for their money.
Not really a shocker. He should have won the spring race. That's besides the point. All right, Zach, who wins this week?
I'll go one step further than Tanner. Christopher Bell.
Whoa.
Wow. If he wins, expect a major party on the podcast.
Even than other parties that our favorite drivers had?
Yes.
Bigger than
Just
Byron.
imagine all the shit. Just imagine all the shit that would be talked if Christopher Bell wins. All right, Zach, biggest disappointment.
Eric Almirola.
Okay.
No. Here's my reasoning. It's his worst track with SHR by far. His average finish at Bristol is 26th. A lot of it is he has 3 DNFs, and he got a top 10 in his first race here with SHR and has not finished in the top 25 since. He's only finished top 25 once in the last 6 races. I don't think Almirola makes it because this just simply is not one of his best tracks. Like, not even close to it.
Like Shazam into the wall.
Pretty much.
Biggest shocker.
William Byron, a lot of people sleep on how good on the fact that he was actually pretty good in the spring race this year. He finished 8th, picked up 33 points. So I'm gonna say that William Byron does what he needs to do to advance.
I think the winner this week, pretty boring pick, but I think Denny Hamlin wins. I know, put me to sleep too. Biggest disappointment this week is going to be Kevin Harvick. He's been the best driver all year, but I think he finishes outside the top 10 this week. Just throwing it out online. Biggest shocker this week will be Tyler Reddick. I think he gets a top 5. Been pretty good at Bristol in the Xfinity Series, but I think Tyler Reddick, someone to look out for this week at Bristol.
All right. I think we are running out of time now, so that's going to conclude this episode of the NASCAR Amino podcast. We're pretty close to our number. I like that. Thank you all for this one. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Wow.